Fearscape Media Network, exploring the unknown, one podcast at a time.
Hi, friends. This is Kelly with Wishful Drinking and Binge Thinking, the podcast where I get just absolutely hammered and I dole out psychological advice. That's right, I am going to be more drunk than that girl you met in the bar bathroom after your karaoke set who said, "You have such good stage presence. Oh my god." That's right, zero preparation, multiple drinks, countless profound gems. Tune in the last Monday of every month on Fearscape Media Network.
Hello, I'm Sam, your host and neighborhood gremlin of the Antagonists and All Villain podcast.
And hello, I'm the man with no name, Lance Wayne. And the first thing I want to say is burn down Grandma's house.
Wait, what?
Burn down Grandma's house. Start the revolution.
Don't do that. Grandma probably worked really hard for that house, or Grandpa worked really hard for that house. Don't burn down houses. Arson is not the way to go unless somebody deserves it, and it's probably not Grandma. And if it is, then I guess just don't say you got the idea from us.
And this is Lance saying burn down Grandma's house because Grandma doesn't believe in your dreams.
What?
Burn down Grandma's house.
The man with no name, Lance Wayne, everybody, burning down Grandma's house. First, you got run over by a reindeer, but now just fucking arson is apparently what's happening.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me.
I can tell, but I do have a question for you, Lance.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know how Marvel's greatest villain is Thanos, right?
Maybe cinematically, but as far as the comics
don't argue
go,
with me, just say yes.
Okay, yeah.
Who's DC's greatest villain?
Well, if you want somebody that's the equivalent of Thanos, I guess you would say Darkseid.
It's Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I was here giving you an honest to God
oh, I know you were, and that's what made it so much funnier.
But it's true.
That paid off so much better than I thought that it would, because I know
thought
that
you were
like DC.
Fuck me. I thought you were genuinely interested in my opinion.
Oh,
but
that's not that's not the thing at all.
Of course it isn't. You're just like all the others.
All the other what?
People in my life.
All the other people in your life?
Yeah, like
I can guarantee you that I am one of a kind, baby.
You're just like Grandma.
Burn down my house, motherfucker.
You remind me a lot of my grandma.
I actually remind me a lot of my grandma. Like, if you would look at pictures of us side by side, like at the same age, we're very similar. Short black hair, general look of vague bitchiness. I mean, all the respect into my world to my grandma,
What if you what if somebody tried to use that as a pickup line? You remind me a lot of my grandmother. Do you see that working?
I cannot see that working. I have actually had someone try to hit on me asking me what my zodiac sign was.
Oh, are you serious? Was he a freaking time traveler from the 70s?
I don't like
Jesus
I was working
Christ.
third shift as a cashier at a grocery store, and guy was talking to me, asked me my sign or whatever, and I told him, and then he's just going off about the signs, and then his friend, thank God, because everybody needs this friend, just pulls him away. That's like, nah, dude.
Yeah.
No.
In the words of Stefan, nah, brah.
Nah. That's not it. That's not the move there.
Nah, brah.
Oh, but hey, guess what? We're here for another podcast, which means we've got another fucking villain, Lance.
Oh, wow. Gee willikers. Okay.
Okay, so this one is a bit of a mouthful, so hang in with me there. Our villain for today is none other than Joffrey of houses Baratheon and Lannister, the first of his name and king of the Andals and of the First Men, and of the Seven Kingdoms and protectors of the realm, or as we like to call him, Little Bitch Boy.
Okay. See, no wonder I've never really gotten to this Game of Thrones stuff, because there's no way I'm going to follow a character with that long of a title.
Oh,
So-
I mean, like, the thing of it is that, like, 8 of the people in this show believe that that is their rightful title. Except for the Little Bitch Boy part, that specifically goes to Joffrey, because I swear to gosh, I have never cheered on a character death more than this one.
Is that right?
Oh yeah. But like I mean, I've never read the books or anything like that, but I've watched the show
Mhm.
and I really enjoyed it. Joffrey was one of those characters that you always kind of love to hate because he was so fucking hateable all the time. And it was just the actor, love him to death, you know, because it's got to be hard playing a villain.
Well, this is, like I was saying earlier, this is the only thing I even remotely know about the character or this actor.
Mhm.
He was the little boy that Batman tossed his like not night vision goggles to in Batman Begins. It's all I know. Even with Game of Thrones, that's like the extent of my Game of Thrones knowledge. I've never
Like, I mean, that's fair. There is a lot to Game of Thrones. I've seen Game of Thrones before. I even have some of the books. I think I have like 3 or 4 of the books. Never fucking read them. But, you know, I've watched all of the series, and even recently I started rewatching the series and got through it. By the time I got to the end, I was just like, I'm not watching this to enjoy it anymore. I just started something and now I have to finish it.
Oh yeah,
That was where I was.
Yeah, me and a friend did that with the Scream television series, the first season, because I thought it was garbage, to be completely honest with you.
Oh, was it? That's upsetting. I've never seen it.
Yeah, I thought it was garbage, but and he did too. But we were like, we watched about 2 episodes, and it's like it's basically one of those whodunit shows.
I mean,
And-
that's what
yeah.
Scream is.
Yeah, but Scream, you know, has a little bit, especially the
Which
first
one?
one.
I was gonna say which one, because are we gonna go Scream 1? Are we gonna go Scream 2? Scream 3? Because
Yeah,
who would
Scream-
want to go there?
Yeah, Scream
Scream
3's a little
4, I think, actually kind of redeemed itself.
weird. I don't know. I just like the first one, and the rest of them are kind of
I
slowly.
like Scream 1 and I like Scream 4.
Well, Scream 5's coming, baby. So be on
I
the
will
lookout for
watch
that.
it regardless if it's good or bad.
Mm,
But any Hoosier, so you know pretty much nothing about this character.
nothing. I do know he's a little bastard. That's all I know.
And you know what? I would say that is about all you need to know about this character, but we're going to kind of talk about him a little bit. And for the uninitiated,
Oh no.
are you going to let me do this one and not interrupt me this time? Are you going to let me talk about this character?
Go right ahead.
Okay.
I won't interrupt.
I'm really afraid to talk now because I feel like this is where you're going to interrupt me.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
That's the last thing I have to say.
I swear to fucking God, Lance, you're gonna have to catch these damn hands because we're gonna fight so hard.
So hard.
I swear that fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles tutelage rope cannot save you.
Just talk. Just finish what you were gonna say. I have no time for all this cockmockery.
Cockmockery? Oh, if we're gonna get into cockmockery.
No, because I cannot defend myself on that. So just go. Joffrey.
Hey, so King Joffrey, he was the 18th king to rule from the Iron Throne, and he was formally styled as Joffrey of Houses Baratheon and blah, 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 little dick boy. Anyways, we're not going to go through all of that again. For the most part, everybody believed that he was the eldest son of King Robert Baratheon and Queen Cersei Lannister. But he is actually a bastard born from Cersei's incestuous relationship with her twin brother, Jaime Lannister. And he is the older brother of Marcella and Tommen Baratheon. And it was actually his actions during his rule that sparked the War of the Five Kings. Because he is a little bitch boy. Fuck that dude.
Did he know about his true parentage or whatever?
That's kind of up in the air because the thing about it is like, oh gosh, because this kind of like to even address that kind of gets into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the things that he did to spark the war was behead Ned Stark, which is this dude who was serving his father. And when his father died and he became king in his place, Neddard was like, I've actually found out that you are not the king's legitimate son, and made a proclamation in court that said, you're not the true heir. Like, and it's rumors. Everybody talks. And he heard about it. And at one point, he even made a comment to his mother, who was like, fuck you, bitch, because Cersei did not take no shit at all. But yeah, no, Joffrey did a lot of horrible things. And apparently I had to do a little bit of research to figure out him from what was kind of different from him from the books to the series. Yeah. And there not too much differences. One, pretty much all the characters from the books, they aged up. In the books, he's like 12 or 13. Which a lot of the characters around that age, and if you've ever seen the series or read the books, a lot of really bad things happen. It's stuff that you're not going to get actors that young to portray. And it's not okay.
It's just like, I know there's always the South Park joke that it's all a bunch of like wieners or stuff. Like it's just a bunch of wieners.
Floppy wiener, na. Something like that.
Okay.
But yeah. No, I mean, but also like there was a few other changes. Like in the books, apparently he wasn't as big of a character. And since he was 12 or 13 years old, he was a bully and he was probably gonna turn into a sociopath. But he hadn't quite reached that yet. Like, there was still the hope that he could have outgrown it. Yeah. But by the time in the series, his age probably somewhere between like 16 and 18 years old. You're just a piece of shit, man. Yeah. You're just that was around the shitbag.
Yeah, that was around the time I realized I was too. So
I mean, samesies.
That makes a lot of sense. At least they kept it accurate.
Yeah, but like, okay, so since you know nothing about this character, you just know that he's a piece of shit. Tell me, what is one of the worst things that you think he could have done?
I don't know. Had sex with his sister.
No, that was I was gonna say that was his dad, but
Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't know. Castrated a clown.
No, he did not castrate a clown. He did. There was a bard or someone singing about his mother's incestuous relationship in the town, and he did not like that. So he brought that person into court and said, "Do you want me to take your tongue or do you want me to take your hands?" And then proceeded to cut his tongue out in front of the whole court.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I mean, once again,
Good power play.
I say, and that's literally just one thing he did. And it didn't just start, he didn't just happen to all of a sudden bloom into this piece of shit. He was this way from the very beginning. And for that, you kind of have to go into the books. What he did as a child, according to the books, is that apparently when he was a kid, there was a pregnant cat in the kitchens of the castle. And Joffrey really wanted to see the kittens. So he cut open the cat.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, he cut open the cat, took out one of the dead kittens, and showed it to his father, who was the king at the time, who knew that he was awful and could tell that he was just had no morals or sense of decency, and who then I think hit him or something like that. Like, all of it is just absolutely awful.
And this is in the book?
Yeah, that part was in the book. That was never shown in the series because it was when he was a small child.
Yeah. Okay.
But
yeah, he's a fucking asshole then.
Oh yeah, I mean, I literally have a list of all the things that he did. From the part where he attacked a peasant child, then lied about it, which resulted in the death of his betrothed's direwolf.
I have no idea what you just said. Okay, when you got to his betrothed direwolf, that's when you lost me. What is that? Basically,
that means he attacked a small peasant child. He lied to everybody else about it, which means that the person he was betrothed to marry, the person that he was engaged to marry, her father had to go out and kill her dog.
Why? That doesn't make any sense.
It makes sense because apparently the reason the peasant boy that he attacked was actually playing with his fiance's sister, and it's actually his sister that attacked him. Like, basically he attacked the peasant boy and the sister retaliated, and he lied saying the sister and the peasant boy attacked him.
Okay.
And that the dog had attacked him as well, like the sister's dog.
Oh, okay. Well, you could have said that.
Well, I'm sorry. I forget that you haven't seen this. It's really, I
don't understand how that links up until you explain it. So he lied about something. And so his fiance's father, the father of his fiance had to go out and kill his fiance's dog. You understand how that
100%. None of it makes sense. Like, I'm pretty sure that all of that to explain it took a full fucking episode, dude. Like,
yeah, that's like saying, okay, it's Tuesday and it's raining, so I have to go get a rotisserie chicken and stuff it in my toilet. It's just a bunch of.
I mean, I get it. And it's basically one of those things that we can't find the dog who's responsible, so we're just going to kill the dog we know where it's at.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh Lord.
Once again, and this is just all the animal stuff, so you can really start to hate them.
Was that in the show?
Yes, that part was in the show.
That was okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was the other one where he promised to, give Eddard Stark some mercy in kind of as a way, like, if you say that I belong on the throne, I'll give you mercy, because he promised that to Sansa. And instead of to his fiance.
Okay.
He promised.
See, I know nothing about
I realized. Okay, so he promised his fiance that if her father said that he belonged on the throne, that he would show him mercy.
Okay.
And he was like, and everybody's all like, yes, if you show him mercy, everybody's gonna love you. He'll just go out and, serve as a person on the wall. I'm not going to explain the wall to you. Just know that that's mercy.
Okay. Well, the wall. Okay, I think. Okay, the wall protects them from those ice people, right?
Yep, that's close enough.
Okay.
Yep, the ice zombies.
Okay.
Anyways, so he promises her that, and then instead, after her fiance's father declares him as the rightful heir to the throne, Joffrey has him publicly beheaded in front of his 2 daughters.
Oh, wow. That's lovely. That's a nice little wedding gift.
Exactly, because then he takes his fiance to her father's head, which is now on a pike. Like, later on, he takes his fiance to her father's head, who is now on a pike on the castle wall, and says, that's what happens to traitors. I'm going to put your brother's head on a pike too.
Okay, people, see, this is why relatives shouldn't fuck each other. I'm just throwing that out there. Is it ever brought up that could be the cause of why he's the way he is because, he's just fucked up in the head because, that's a product of inbreeding?
Oh, 100%. There's actually, there's an entire other family that did inbreeding for years. The Targaryens. They're the dragon family. And basically the dragon family,
That's the girl with the white hair, right?
Yeah, the silver hair. That's Daenerys Targaryen.
Okay.
Anyways, her family, the reason why they came into power is, once again, they were the original kings and queens and whatever, and they did a lot of inbreeding. Which that is accurate. I mean, hell, they were doing that all the way up until the Civil War, fucking, Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. And it's just, it was always, there was this kind of saying that went around that whether or not a Targaryen was going to be good or bad was going to be at the flip of a coin. And the king that was before, like, pretty much every king up until, Joffrey's dad was a Targaryen. Everybody was Targaryen up until that point. It was...
Well, were they crazy?
Well, it kept going worse and worse until you have the Mad King. The Mad King, which pretty much just murdered everybody, had his own Kingsguard turn against him, and that is basically his being a piece of shit was how the kingdom was overthrown into his bloodline not being in charge anymore.
Okay. All right.
Which then led to Joffrey's dad, who was part of the rebellion, taking over. And then Joffrey's dad dying because, he got drunk on a hunt and died because of a boar. Yep, that was it. He was just an old fat drunk who got a little bit too tipsy on a hunt. Like, that is how he was taken out. He was he just got fucking taken on by a boar.
What a way to go. That's probably how I'll go.
I can see it now.
Of course, instead of a boar, it'll probably be like my couch or something, but okay.
Hey, all you rogues and rapscallions. Have you ever wanted to start your own podcast, but you're not really sure how to do that? Let me explain to you why Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. First of all, it's free. Did you hear that? It's completely free. There's even creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. Anchor is everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So go ahead, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
But yeah, so Joffrey was, I think, he was like the second king that wasn't of the Targaryen name at all. And he was just this little entitled shit. The entire show, at least from what I saw, is he spent so much of the time talking about how everybody should listen to him because he is the king. I am the king. I can do what I want. And that was pretty much his entire argument. He didn't have anything better than that. He just, I am the king.
Well,
that was about it. And
I don't know.
he used that for everything.
I'm kind of liking this guy.
Are you? Oh,
I mean, cut out the animal stuff. And I kind of want to be the king with no name now.
I was gonna see, but he did have his King's Guard physically abuse his fiance because a king shouldn't do that. A king shouldn't abuse his queen. So instead of him doing it, he had his guard do it instead.
Did she piss him off or something?
I mean, he showed her dead father's head on his pike, and he's like, I'm going to bring you your brother's head on a pike. So she said, I might, or he might bring me yours. And then he's like, so I'm just going to can't hit you. So I'm going to have my King's Guard hit you instead. And then there was another time that he brought her to court. He looked at her and said, you should have to pay for your traitor brother's crimes because her brother was fighting against, him because he killed his father. And so he threatened her with a crossbow in front of the whole court. And then instead had one of his King's Guard strip her and then start to beat her in front of the court. The only person that stopped him was his uncle, who was the hand of the king at the time, or basically the person who was supposed to be his most trusted advisor. Was all like, what the fuck are you doing? Technically, you're still engaged to her, and she's a child.
Well, okay, now I don't like this guy anymore.
He's not a likable person.
Oh, God, this poor actor. Because, there's a lot of people that, they just cannot they can't think of that transition. Like, oh, this is an actor. This is somebody portraying this vile character.
No, yeah,
idiots.
I'm sure, from everything I can read, the guy who plays him is a sweet fella. And he played one of the most reviled characters in history. Joffrey also at one point, he was sent a couple of prostitutes. So then he made one of the prostitutes beat the other with, it looked like a bedpost, but with spikes on it.
God, jeez.
He made one of the other prostitutes beat the other bloody while threatening them both with a crossbow.
What the?
Yep. Once again, this is not even my. This is most of my big things on the list. Oh, and one of the prostitutes that he made, beat the other one, he later then killed because he ordered a prostitute from, the local brothel owner that he could use as target practice.
Gee, oh my God.
He tied her up, and you just get a shot of her tied up to the bedpost with 7 arrows in her.
Good God. He reminds me, have you ever watched any of the American Horror Stories?
I've seen bits and pieces, not enough to say that I know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, I'll just talk about it briefly.
Go for
it. This character reminds me of a lot of in the I think it's the 4th season. I think Freak Show's the 4th season. But there's this character in there who's kind of a rich boy, and he's a product of inbreeding.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like he's handsome, he's rich, but he's just like a brat. And he's the villain of the the show, of course. But he just kills these people, and he's just completely insane. He thinks he's like a god, And he reminds me a lot of this Joffrey person. Just these, boy kings that the product of inbreeding that are completely insane,
Yeah, like, I mean, one, there's just this general idea that somehow their name means something, like, just being a king in name means you can do whatever the fuck you want without recourse or whatever. Like Joffrey, his actions, everybody around him, all the adults that had more experience, more knowledge, and just generally wanted like, hey, you can be king. We just want you to like chill the fuck out a little bit, and we're going to show you how you can get everybody to love you.
And he just does the complete opposite.
Exactly. He was stupid as all fuck. He didn't listen to anybody. His mother, Cersei Lannister, who will deserve her own episode because that queen deserves no less. She was chef's kiss. But his mother loved him she knew how horrible he was. She knew what he was, but she still loved him because he was her kid, and she did everything in her power to say like, hey, you have a kingdom now, and this is what you can do to be able to run it properly, because she had just been married to a king for years.
Yeah.
And he was all like, fuck you. You're a woman. I don't have to listen to a thing you say. And that's almost exactly what he said.
Well, sounds like any politician.
I mean, like, Joffrey was without a doubt one of the most annoying characters that I've ever seen in any series whatsoever, because he consistently looked at people that had more knowledge than him and said, fuck you. Like, he named his grandfather as Hand of the King, or his most trusted advisor. And he literally looked at his grandfather and is like, fuck you, I know more than you. And like, your grandfather has won wars. Your grandfather has been Hand of the King to multiple kings. What do you know? You're an infant. You are a spoiled little infant of incest. What the fuck do you know about what's going on? And it was when he died. Oh, and let me just tell you how he died.
I was going to say, how many seasons was Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones was 8 seasons, and he lasted up until the beginning of season 4, which I think was way more than he should have lasted.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So he wasn't around for the whole season then.
I say, yeah, he wasn't around. Like, his death or whatever sparked a lot of shit that happened. So, like, he died in season 4. So eventually his fiance, Sansa, he decides that he's not going to marry her anymore. He is instead going to marry this other chick, Marjorie Tyrell, because her family helped them win a battle. And as a token of appreciation from the crown, they wanted to make one of their own a queen. And so he's all like, well, I already don't like Sansa because I just want to use her as my little torture puppet.
Yeah.
So instead, I'm going to marry this other girl who, Marjorie Tyrell, she knew exactly how to play Joffrey. Like, she was like, can you show me how to work a crossbow? When he talked about his sadistic shit, she's just like, oh, that's so interesting. Like, she's like, oh, all these people are gonna die. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Why not?
That turns me on so much.
I mean, pretty much. Like, she was just like, she knew what he was from the very beginning.
Top Joffrey to me.
Pretty much. Any Hoosers. And the way he died was at their wedding. The wedding of Joffrey and Marjorie. He was out there being a piece of shit, you know, destroying gifts that he was given. His uncle, who was being handed the king or whatever, the one who saved Sansa. By the way, that was Tyrion Lannister, who also ended up being married to Sansa because they were forced to. So his uncle ended up being forced to be married to his ex-fiance, who was a child.
Yeah. How old was she?
I mean, like, in the show, once again, it shows her she's probably about 16. But in the book, she was probably like 12-ish.
Yeah.
So, you know, and he was probably like at least 30-ish in the books.
Tyrion,
the uncle. Yeah, the uncle. Okay. Yeah. So once again, it's one of those things that like, they ate everybody up for the book. Anyways, so at one point, his uncle wants to leave, and he tells his uncle, no, you can't leave. You're not allowed to leave because it's my wedding, and I say you can't do it, and I'm the king, so fuck you. And he ends up pouring a whole glass of wine on his uncle's head because his uncle is a little person and he has a whole band of little people performing a play. And
is this Peter Dinklage?
Yes, Peter Dinklage.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Peter Dinklage.
He's going to be the new.
He's on my list. Sorry.
What do you mean on your list? Is he a villain too?
No, he's not. No, sorry. List of people that, you know, I like Peter Dinklage.
That you want to fuck?
Maybe I like Peter Dinklage a lot. Like
I didn't know you kept a list.
I feel like it's disrespectful to Peter Dinklage and his status because he's so amazing and he's got a gorgeous ass wife. But a little bit.
You keep a list of people you want to fuck.
I mean, like, there's a whole movie about like having a list. Like, I mean, it was a bad rom-com from a while ago, but like, I mean, it happens. Like, he's probably the only guy there, but still.
Okay.
I really love Peter Dinklage. He's amazing.
It sounds like it. Wow.
Anyways, so his uncle doesn't want to perform with the other little people in the play, so he pours the cup of wine over his head and he's all like, I'm out of wine, so you're going to be my cupbearer for the rest of the time. So his uncle is forced to, you know, get his wine and stuff for him for the rest of the wedding. And then at some point, Joffrey gets fucking poisoned. Like, he takes a sword to a pigeon pie, which, I mean, was literally a giant pie crust, and he cut into it and pigeons flew out. Like, I don't know if... Like, I think that was more of a show thing for rich people.
I guess. Sounds like whoever wrote this was on drugs.
I mean, you know, that's probably how I'm describing it, honestly. It's probably more me. Then again, also watching it is also a trip. But, so anyways, he's about to make this whole speech, and then he takes a drink of his wine, and all of a sudden he starts choking, and he just dies at his wedding in front of everybody. And his mother, Cersei, blames his uncle, who had been serving him his wine this entire time, which means that his uncle is now on trial for murdering the king.
Yeah, I've because that's one thing I know from that's I've seen a GIF of Peter Dinklage and he's doing like this little dance or something.
Oh yeah,
when he's handcuffed. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Why does he do that?
I think that was an outtake.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, like that.
I thought it was a real.
I mean, like, I'm pretty sure that was an outtake.
Okay.
Of it, but like that scene was really good though, and the show got better after he died. So.
So did Peter Dinklage? Did he stick around throughout the whole series?
Oh yeah, actually, I was looking at it, and there's 67 or 68 episodes. Peter Dinklage was actually in the most episodes out of any other actor or character. He was in 61 out of the 67 or 68 episodes.
It's interesting. I thought, see, that shows you how just detached I am from this show. I thought he died like early on.
Oh no, like he kept on keeping on. He's one of my favorite characters. I am the God of Wine and Knowing Things.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yep.
He's on your list. That's the biggest. That's what.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Like, that's what I'm taking away from this whole thing.
Please, I don't mean any disrespect to Peter Dinklage or how amazing he is. I'm just saying that, like, there's not many men, but Peter Dinklage is one of them. Like,
how about your husband would love to hear about this?
He knows about it. I told him.
Oh, jeez.
Every time we watch Game of Thrones, I'm gonna be all like, there he is.
Okay. Okay. He was being put on trial. Okay. Let's start back from there. Continue. He's being put on trial.
Oh,
his mother. Mother thought.
Yeah, he's being put on. Peter Dinklage. Sorry. Fucking Tyrion Lannister, Joffrey's uncle, was being put on trial because he thought that, because Joffrey's mother thought that Tyrion was responsible for it, and it wasn't going to be a fair trial. Because the person presiding over it was Cersei and Tyrion's father, who hated Tyrion because in childbirth, Tyrion and Cersei's mother, their father's wife, died. And he is a dwarf, and it is medieval times, which means that he is automatically hated. So it's one of those things that he had no damn chance of winning in a real trial. He ends up going for a trial by combat, which is basically, either you fight or you name a champion to fight for you. And if you win, then you are declared not guilty by the gods. So the Crown names their champion which was this big ol' fucker named the Mountain. And yep. And oh gosh, let me get this guy's name. Because I don't want to say it wrong. There's about 20 billion characters within the show. And okay. So the Crown gets the Mountain, which is something Clegane, not Sandor, because Sandor's the Hound. You don't know about the Hound, but he's great. Watch the show. But the Mountain's his brother. Okay. Any Hoosers. And so Tyrion ends up getting Prince Oberyn Martell, who wants to get revenge on the Mountain for killing his sister and her children years before. This, and he's like, so I will be your champion against this one dude because he killed my sister and her children years ago. Like, I just want to have my opportunity to fight this guy and just fucking kill him. And he almost won.
Oh,
Oberyn
shit.
Martell almost won, but he got really cocky. He had him on the ground. Like, the mountain was almost dead, but he was all like, say her name. Say her name. You kill her. You rape her. You kill her children. And
Good Lord.
oh yeah, it was a very intense scene. And then all of a sudden, the mountain, who is like about down and out, just decides to flip him over and then press his thumbs into his eyeballs.
Oh, that's a pussy move.
Oh, I mean, he fucking stuck his whole ass fucking, I was gonna say Vienna sausage, but it's more like those like full 100% beef, like ballpark hot dog fingers into his damn eyeballs.
Okay.
Like, they were juicy fucking fingers, man.
Yeah, just stop talking about his fingers like that. God, makes me sick. Go from the list.
So did seeing his thumbs in another dude's eyeballs.
God,
that
Lord,
made me
you've
sick.
been watching nothing but porn and Game of Thrones. Go from the list to getting all of these fallacies about fucking fingers and stuff. Jeez,
I'm just
Sam.
saying, like, I mean, the whole show, there's a lot of boobs in the show. There is a surprising lack of dick.
I don't know. That's like I said. That's just the South Park joke. That's all about.
I'm
like,
just
wieners
saying,
or
there
something.
is not that many penises within Game of Thrones. I don't know if it's because, penises just aren't pretty or what. It was an intense moment, and once again, Tyrion's champion had died, so he was then deemed guilty by the gods and was gonna be put to death. And it ends up that his brother, the one who fucked his sister who thinks he's guilty, ends up setting him free, and then he goes off and does some other shit.
Okay, so who poisoned? Do you ever find out who poisoned?
Oh yes. Oh gosh, because there's this whole thing where it's actually different in the movie and the show, or not in the movie and the show, the book and the show.
Mhm.
Because in the show, it is said that, well, in the show, it's actually just outright said the person who poisoned him was Marjorie, his new wife's grandmother, who was like, I don't want my granddaughter to fucking marry this guy.
So this was in the book?
No, this part was in the show.
Okay, this part was in the show. Okay.
Let's see here. And I know someone else killed him in the books, but I cannot remember who that was.
Well, let's just stick with the show.
That's fair.
Is she ever held accountable for what she did?
Well, her name was Lady Olenna Tyrell, and the thing is, for the most part, up until the end of her life, she was an older woman. No one knew that she was the one responsible. Later on, her castle's being ransacked, and everything is going down, and Joffrey's technically legitimate father, also uncle, Jaime Lannister, is the one who confronts her, and she was just all like, I think, you know what, I'm old now, and I don't give a single fuck, because Lady Olenna, we stand a queen. But she was all like, I just thought I should let you know that I was the one who killed Joffrey, because I wasn't about to have my granddaughter marry him. Like, straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah, she, like, at the end there, she's like, I knew I was gonna die, so why not?
Yeah, fuck it.
Oh, yeah. He, like, hands her a goblet that has poison in it. She's all like, will it be quick? He's all like, yep. And she's like, all right, just downs it. She has no fear. She's all like, I fucking lived. I've done a lot of shit. Lady Olenna. Love her.
So, who takes over the throne after Joffrey?
Okay, phew. So after Joffrey, it's his brother, Timmy.
Was he a dickhead too?
No, he like. It's gonna give me just a second because Tommen. His name is Tommen. Timmy Tommen. His name is just Tommen, but he is the one who takes over. He is not a dickhead, but he does get super wrapped up in religion, and his mother blows up a lot of people because of it, and then he throws himself out of a building.
Oh my god.
Yep. Like he gets super wrapped up in religion.
Are there any good people in the show?
No, there's not. Everybody's like low-key a piece of shit in some way or another. Like even the best people are low-key a piece of shit in one way or another.
Good Lord, it sounds like an awful.
Oh, it's I love it. It's beautifully done. Like the actors are fantastic, but the entire time you're like, who am I supposed to root for here? Because like everybody's kind of doing weird shit and just sleeping with their family members.
Yeah, I feel like this. I feel just from obviously, like I said, this is why you're having to explain a lot because I've never watched it. But this almost has the same effect on me as the Tiger King did. Because Tiger King, when I watched that, I was like, all the people that are supposed to be like the stars of it or whatever, none of them are likable.
I heard two people that I liked in that entire show, and I can't remember their names.
Well, and they were like the workers. They weren't like stars of the show.
Oh, no, the stars. No, they're completely awful. Joe Exotic, piece of shit. Carol Baskin, she killed her husband. Like, what the fuck?
God, I tell you, one of the people I could not stand the most out of that entire series was Carol Baskin's husband.
Oh, her new husband, the one that she didn't murder.
Yeah, the one that he like fucking sings to her and stuff. Dude, you are such a tool.
Oh,
I guess Tiger King in a way was like the real life Game of Thrones.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to do one on Joe Exotic. We're gonna have to do a whole episode on Joe Exotic and another one on Carol Baskins.
Yeah,
because they both deserve their own.
Okay, so like, who's the main villain after Joffrey dies? Is it just those ice people?
Well, no, that's the thing about Game of Thrones is Game of Thrones has a shit ton of villains. Personally, I would say the main villain throughout the entire series is probably Cersei, his mother. Like Joffrey is one of the most notable villains, but
I thought you said Cersei was good though.
No, I mean. I think she has more redeemable qualities than Joffrey. I think that I think she is 100% smarter than Joffrey. I think her reasons for the things that she does make a lot more sense than anything Joffrey ever did in his entire stupid fucking life.
Yeah.
Like, I respect Cersei. She's not a good person. She's 100% horrible. But at the same time, like, where Cersei is the great villain that we're all like, we love her, but she's also horrible.
Like almost like a Darth Vader type of,
yeah.
Yeah.
Joffrey is just like this little lowly piece of shit that when he died, I'm pretty sure no one mourned. And everybody was like, oh God, thank you. Because sure, we should be sad our king died. But at the same time, like, he was horrible.
Can you name some more things that he did?
Oh gosh.
Because I just don't feel like, I don't know.
Let's see here. Oh, so when Sansa's brother actually died, like her brother who was in the opposite army or whatever, He was going around telling his council that he wanted to send out to get her brother's head so he could serve it to her at his wedding.
Oh my God.
Like, he just wanted to straight up like, here's your traitor brother's head. I said I would get it for you.
Oh Jesus. So, but like, what's the worst thing he did? Have you ever told me yet? What was like the number one on your list?
Gosh, I personally, I hated how the way he was with Sansa. I like Sansa going into this. Sure, she was very naive. She was a child and she just wanted to be a queen. She thought she was being betrothed to this handsome, noble prince. And for a while there, he played with that. He said, he went with that. He said, this is who I am, and you are my queen. I will treat you with respect. And then once that switch flipped, he didn't go back. And he just got progressively worse to her. Even at her wedding to Tyrion, his uncle, he wanted to have a bedding ceremony so he could be there while they consummated the marriage. He threatened to go in there after his uncle fell asleep to have sex with her. Like, he was genuinely awful. There is nothing good I can say about him. If we're just going by how genuinely hated he was and what a piece of shit he was, fucking great villain. If we're going by any sort of strategy that he had, he failed so many times. It's actually ridiculous that he lasted that long because he was real stupid.
Ugh. I don't know. Oh my God. You want to go ahead and rate this fucker?
Okay.
Excuse me. Oh my gosh.
So we got to figure out, like, what out of 5 do we want to rate Joffrey?
I'd say severed father's heads.
So severed father's heads, or we can rate him out of 5
dead kittens.
I mean, like, they're all horrible options.
Yeah, kind of like Joffrey. When it comes to Joffrey, yeah.
I was gonna say, out of 5 Bastard Kings.
Okay, well, I don't know though.
He's a bastard king. He's literally a bastard king.
He is, but I just feel like he never did anything in good taste. So, well, the way we rate him shouldn't be in good taste either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't want to have to say severed father's heads or dead kittens.
All right, I'll respect you. Just this once.
Just this once. Every time after this, it's not gonna fucking happen. So
here's your freebie.
Out of 5 Bastard Kings.
Okay, yep. Out of 5 Bastard Kings.
So I would say that Joffrey Lannister, the way that I usually go by this is how successful you were as a villain, as doing what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And as, like, I almost feel like I kind of have to split my vote a little bit, just because there is doing what he wanted to do versus his general, how much he was hated. Like, as far as being a successful villain, he gets a 1 out of 5 Bastard Kings from me. Like,
all right.
He was literally the goddamn worst. Like, he was not good. He was not good at being a king. He was good at pissing people off, but, like, not in a way that was well thought out. It was more reactive than anything.
Yeah.
And if you're just talking about how much I fucking hate this character, it's like a 25 out of 5 Bastard Kings. Because Joffrey was a fucking bitch boy and I hate him.
Okay. Well, I understand that. See, the way I rate is just I kind of rate on, and sometimes due to the character, I rate it on cultural impact or just how simply fucking vile they are, or sometimes both at the same time. And I don't know, man. Yeah, he wasn't successful. I don't really go like what as far as their wits or anything like that. It's just how fucking
I like
vile.
a witty villain.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I do too. But I just go by how fucking vile they are, or their cultural, impact.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This dude seemed fucking pretty fucking vile. So I'll give him 5 Bastard Kings. And I haven't even watched it. This is just going by I haven't read or watched any. This is just going on the shit you told me. So, yeah, I'm giving him 5. I mean, he was literally just a bastard for the sake of being a bastard.
And there's so many other good bastards in the show that you can watch. Like literally, Jon Snow. There's a good bastard.
I don't know. And I mean, I'm one of those people. Like, it was just like Stranger Things. Stranger Things is a great example. Everybody just hyped it up and hyped it up and hyped it up and hyped it up. And finally I got around to watching it. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to change my life. And I watched it and I was just kind of like, it's okay. You know what I mean? I was just like, this is just very, and like, I don't know. There's that. And there's also, and listen, if you like, anybody listening, if you like anything that I don't happen to like, I don't care. That's fine. That's what makes the world go around, is the differences between us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not big into the whole dragons and medieval times and things like that. That's just not my thing. But
and it's okay to be wrong too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you see, now here we go. I'm talking about the people that get it, like Sam, who are assholes.
I mean, 100%. I'm a bitch, baby.
But yeah, and but I mean, it sounds like, I kind of want to watch it just simply because I like to watch fucked up stuff.
Oh, Game of Thrones is without a doubt fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, that merit alone sounds like it's quite interesting. But
wait till I get to tell you about Cersei. That's the bitch baby's mom.
I mean, I don't know. I thought you were seemed kind of like you were talking her up there for a little bit.
Oh, I 100% was, because where I hated Joffrey on every level, and he was just a piece of shit and evil. Like, Cersei was evil, but kind of in like the Maleficent way of like, she's a queen and we respect her, but she's also evil.
Yeah, I get that.
But yeah, so who do we have to thank for this episode, Lance?
I guess anybody who's listening. So
thank you guys. We love you.
Yeah. The Fearscape Media Network for letting us put on this little nickel and dime show. I don't know. I guess it's all that we really have to thank. Where can they reach us, Sam?
Oh, well, you guys can always find us on Twitter and on Instagram at antagonist_AVP. And, we kind of post some shit there or whatever when we have new episodes and stuff like that.
We're also on Facebook.
Oh, and yes, and on Facebook, you can find us, The Antagonists. We're an all villains podcast. And you know what? We're pretty fun, so you guys should check us out.
All right then. With that being said, I guess it's time to go. But before we go, Sam, I just gotta ask, am I on the list?
It's been a great time hanging out with you guys.
Goodbye.
Have a wonderful night.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye and farewell. Fuck off, Lance.